Hi, welcome to Matt Holman Golf. Thought I'd do analysis of Paul Casey today. He's had a real resurgence of form recently, obviously been a great player for a long time. A little bit of a dip there with different injuries and personal problems. I think he's definitely got his form back. Not the tallest guy, but incredibly powerful hitter. He does a lot of training and a very compact, efficient swing. So we can start on the right hand side here. It's not the best footage, but was all that I could find. The camera's a little bit too far to the left, but a solid looking setup. You can see he's got that hand slightly behind the club head to help him sort of launch up on the ball. He doesn't tee the ball up particularly high. You can see on the left and right hand side sort of half a ball above the face, and he has this sort of nice bump into his right side. It's a definite shift there. You can see the hip just sort of crossing that original point. I know someone like David Ledbetter definitely likes that sort of look there to elongate the takeaway. So continued on, it's quite a wide movement. You'll see a lot of guys these days sort of getting their club shaft sort of vertical at that point, but a nice wide movement. You can really see that sort of bump into the right side. I think what that really achieves for him, it stops his upper body coiling too quickly. So you can see, he's got that sort of 70 degrees of shoulder turn there. It certainly hasn't turned fully yet, which we're after. And now he's going to really turn and coil to the top. He's then got this really nice forward transition. He talks about that pressure down into the ground, pressing into the ground, where his training and his power really comes in there, and a very strong movement through. You can see where his head originally started, sort of based on that line there. You can see he's a little bit behind it again, that we see with most of the long hitters, to help them hit up on the ball and really sort of maximise the carry there. We start to lean back too much, then we can get sort of underneath the shot, or the club starts to travel too much into it, and we can hit some blocks and hooks. He stayed nicely behind that with the driver, and allows him really to rip that ball into the sky. So from down the line here, I know he works with Peter Costas out there in America. He went to uni, spent, I think he's based in Arizona, a lot of his life there. His swing's changed a little from earlier in his career. You used to see his arm plane was quite upright actually. It's a little flatter. Very nice first look. Hands in, sort of club very much out. The club face is not rotating too early. The arm set nice in the centre of his body. It's a short, really wound position. I know he used to talk about trying to match in his golf swing the club face, left wrist and forearm, and actually get that all pointing at the ball. So you can see he wouldn't quite achieve that these days. It's a little bit flatter than he was previously, but that's sort of one of his feelings. And then he really keeps his arms in front of his body. Someone like Jason Day or Brooks Koepka there, aggressive off the right foot. It's a very dynamic movement. And you'll see some guys here where the shoulders will start to sort of turn more left, but where he's worked his arms quite far in front of his body coming down, we usually tend to see someone like Tiger, the chest now sort of start to lean back and retain sort of a squarer look there. You can see his forearms are sort of blocked to the right slightly, and that allows him to really launch up on the ball and start the ball slightly to the right and hit a draw.